how technology can enhance a learner's learning experience, not replace what we already are doing in our classrooms, but again, enhance what we're doing. Let's take a look at this visual here. This is a technology landscape of higher education. So depending upon where you are in higher ed, these are all the technologies that have been surveyed and are utilized as collected through the ACT. However, this is just really a small portion of all that we do with technology. So keeping that in mind of all the possibilities that are out there and all the technology that is used, we are a 2-credit course. So the materials that we're going through, we move through them quickly, and I really had to cherry pick the most important pieces that can be fluent no matter which grade you're teaching, could be useful for you, as long as we use our imagination a little bit and become creative with the technologies. In the end, it is my hope that moving forward, it doesn't matter what technology you come across, you have the confidence to dive in and explore that technology without any fear. We do have a textbook for this course called Shake Up Learning by Casey Bell. I love this textbook. And it's really not even a textbook to me. It reads very fluidly, really easily. The chapters are sometimes 1 to 2 pages long, so they're very short. You also can get this as an ebook, which is by far the cheapest way. You can get it used or you can buy it new. Completely your choice. We will need this textbook for the second week, so make sure that you've got this accessible. We're going to use this textbook as a book study, if you will. Book studies are super popular right now within the Twitter community as well within Facebook for teacher professional development. So we're going to treat this just like that. And we're going to treat it like a book study utilizing Flipgrid. Let's take a moment to watch this video quickly together. Think about it carefully with what you're watching because I'm going to ask you to reflect upon it later on.
What people do, quite naturally, is if it's work, they try to figure out how to do less. And if it's art, we try to figure out how to do more. And when we put kids in the factory we call school, the thing we built to indoctrinate them into compliance, why are we surprised that the question is, will this be on the test? Right? Someone who's making art doesn't say, can I do 1 less canvas this month? They don't say, can I write 1 less song this month? They don't say, can I touch one fewer person this month? It's art. They want to do more of it. But when it's work, when it's your job, when you're 7, of course you want to do less of it. And now we're at a crossroads. We're at a crossroads because as a culture, we say the only thing we care about, the only place we're willing to cross the street to go, the only thing we're willing to buy, the only person we're willing to vote for, the only stuff we're willing to talk about is interesting, is art, is new, will touch us, is valuable. And then we spend all of our money and all of our time teaching people not to do that. Why wouldn't we want to teach our kids to go do something interesting? Why wouldn't we want to teach our kids to figure it out? And yet, every day we send kids to school and say, do not figure it out. Do not ask questions I do not know the answer to. Do not look it up. Do not vary from the curriculum. And better, comply. Fit in. Be like your peers. Do what you're told. Because I must process you, because everything in my evaluation is based on whether or not I processed you properly.
A very impactful video, if you ask me. I'm going to have you reflect upon this video, what you just watched, and how it might impact you moving forward utilizing Flipgrid within our course. I want to mention that a lot of the things that we are going to do in our class is going to be open-ended. There's going to be a lot of freedom with which you explore and expand. Freedom with which you may be a little uncomfortable with. So with that, I want you to know that I'm going to take you out of your comfort zone when it comes to technology. I'm going to force you to think about technology in its uses within a classroom to enhance a learner's experience, not just replace experiences that we know of. So I really would like to encourage you to forget how you use technology in the classroom, and better yet, foresee all the different potentials that it could be utilized in your future classroom. Go into this class with an open mind. Because when we do that, when I push you out of your comfort zone, magic starts to happen. It's really interesting to see when I teach this class face to face, all of the ideas that are swirling around, all the side conversations and aha moments that I hear. So I really encourage you to get out of your comfort zone, because that is truly where the learning is taking place for you. Our class is going to focus on the 21st century skills. These are called the 4 C's. Communication. You may be communicating with myself. I highly encourage you to communicate with your fellow classmates. If you need help reaching out to somebody, please let me know. I'm going to ask you to critically think about things in a different way than you're used to. I'm going to ask you to be extremely creative with how we'll incorporate technology into your future classrooms. And I'm also going to ask you to collaborate with one another when we do that. Learning is certainly messy. The cap on this class is 30. So potentially we could have 30 different learners, 30 different brains, and 30 different perspectives. Your classroom experience is going to be messy, it could be loud, and it could be unpredictable. You will only have access to the current week's materials, because I just don't know where we might end up going sometimes. And certainly technology changes so rapidly. I want to have the freedom to be able to modify where we're going with the class if there is something I feel in technology that would benefit us. So I reserve that right to do so. What is educational technology? Utilizing Google Dictionary, educational technology is digital technology used to facilitate learning. Notice it's not saying I'm going to utilize technology to replace a worksheet. The internet has fostered a revolution in educational technology. I want you to think about, through the upcoming weeks, why should we even study educational technology and what that might look like for you. Some of our focus is going to be on the ISTE Standards for students and for teachers. ISTE stands for the International Standards for Tech and Education. They're a framework for students, educators, administrators, coaches, and computer science educators to rethink education and to create innovative learning environments. The standards are helping educators and ed leaders worldwide re-engineering schools and classrooms for digital age learning, no matter where they are on the journey to effective ed tech integration. So you currently are a student, but I'm going to ask you to put on your teacher hat on many occasions. So I'm going to go over both the standards for students, and then we'll go over the educator's standards. As an empowered learner, students are asked to articulate and set personal goals. They're asked to build networks and customize their learning environment. They're asked to use technology to seek feedback that informs and improves their practice and demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. They understand the fundamental concepts of technology operations, the ability to choose, use, and troubleshoot current technologies, and further, most importantly, to transfer their knowledge to explore emerging technologies. So it doesn't matter which technologies we utilize in this current classroom of the abundance that are available to us. It's being able to transfer what we've learned in previous technologies and being able to utilize them as you go forward in your own classrooms as new technologies become available. As a digital citizen, students are able to cultivate and manage their digital identity. They're aware of the permanence of their actions in the digital world. They engage in positive, safe, legal, and ethical behavior when utilizing technology. They understand and respect the rights of using and sharing intellectual property. You're able to manage your personal data to maintain digital privacy and security and are aware of data collecting technology. We're going to tackle this on a few different occasions as students. A knowledge constructor. Students can plan and employ effective research strategies. Locate information and other resources. You can evaluate the accuracy, perspective, credibility, relevance of information which you find. You're able to curate information from digital resources using a variety of tools and methods to create collections of artifacts and create meaningful connections or conclusions. You're able to build knowledge by actively exploring real-world issues and problems, develop ideas, theories, and pursue answers and solutions. As an innovative designer, students know how to use and deliberate design process for generating ideas, testing theories, creating innovative artifacts, or using authentic problems. You're able to select digital tools to plan and manage design process and consider design constraints and calculated risks. You're able to test and refine prototypes as part of a cyclical design process and exhibit a tolerance for ambiguity, perseverance, and the capacity to work with open-ended problems. As a computational thinker, students can formulate problems, definitions suited for technology-assisted methods such as data analysis, abstract models, and algorithmic thinking, and exploring and finding solutions. You can collect data or identify relevant data sets, use digital tools to analyze and represent data in various ways to facilitate problem solving. You're able to break into computational parts, extract key information, and develop descriptive models to understand complex systems. And finally, students are able to understand automation and how it works using algorithmic thinking to develop a sequence of steps to create and test automated solutions. A creative communicator, students choose the appropriate platform and tools for meeting the desired objectives of their creation or communication. Students can create original works or responsibly repurpose or remix digital resources to create new creations. Can communicate complex ideas clearly and effectively by creating or using a variety of digital objects, such as visualization, models, or simulations. You can publish or present content that customizes the message and medium for the intended audience. As a global collaborator, students use digital tools to connect with learners from a variety of backgrounds and cultures, engaging with them in ways that broaden mutual understanding and learning. You can collaborate technologies to work with others, including peers, experts, or community members, to examine issues and problems from multiple viewpoints. You can contribute constructively to project teams, assuming various roles and responsibilities to work effectively toward a common goal. You can explore local and global issues and collaborate technologies to work with others to investigate solutions. As educators, we have the same types of goals ourselves. As a learner, Educators continually improve their practice by learning from and with others and exploring proven and promising practices that leverage technology to improve student learning. As a leader, educators seek out opportunities for leadership to support student empowerment and success and to improve teaching and learning. As a citizen, educators inspire students to positively contribute to and responsibly participate in the digital world. As a collaborator, educators dedicate time to collaborate with both colleagues and students to improve practice, discover and share resources and ideas, and solve problems. As a designer, educators design authentic, learner-driven activities and environments that recognize and accommodate learner variability. As a facilitator, educators facilitate learning with technology to support student achievement of the ISTE standards for students. And finally, as an analyst, educators understand and use data to drive their instruction and support students in achieving their learning goals. So I want you to think, looking at goals in itself. What are your goals for this class, for Ed Tech? When you think about Ed Tech, what are your learning outcomes that you foresee coming out of this class with? I want you to utilize Google, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and any other social media that you have access to, following up with some of these popular hashtags that are associated with Ed Tech. Hashtag Ed Tech, hashtag Ed Chat, hashtag Global Ed, hashtag Comments for Kids, hashtag Kid Tweet, hashtag Apple EDU Chat, hashtag Everyone Can Create, hashtag Google EDU. And these are just a few of the popular ones that I see utilized. But as you're finding, let's say you're looking through Instagram or Twitter, and as you're looking at hashtags, look at the other hashtags that are associated within those, and you can continue finding all kinds of things that are out there. With that list, or with whatever you're finding, you're going to create a vision board. In our course, you'll see that there's a vision board link. You're going to find the slide with your name on it in the speaker notes. And I want you to create a vision board using the entire slide, which includes at least 5 ideas that you found after your research with Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the social medias. To find 5 ideas using pictures or words on what your desired outcomes are for Ed Tech for the semester. Such as, what have you always wanted to learn about technology? Something that you struggle with that you'd like to overcome? Technology that you're even interested in. Maybe it's something you've never heard of, but when you found it on Instagram or Twitter, it looked pretty cool. It'll be a shared Google slide, so the document will automatically save as you go. Another piece that's important along this same idea is we want to grow our network. An online presence can be a valuable asset for teachers who want to stay connected in the social media world. We're going to develop our personal learning network where we can share resources, chat with like-minded educators, and find new ideas, perspectives, and opinions. No other time has this world been where we could connect with educators globally, see what's going on locally, in our state, in our country, and across the world. An English teacher stated that Twitter has helped them become a better leader in their school. Social media keeps me on the cutting edge of education, philosophy, and practice, and I take what I'm learning online and communicate it to my colleagues. Twitter has introduced me to new concepts and tools, including growth mindset, Google Classroom, standards-based grading, modern classroom environments, and social bookmarking. I don't think I would have heard about these without social media. I feel equipped to implement these elements into my classroom and to help teach others about them as well. I cannot tell you how frequently I have found a new emerging technology just because I was sitting on the couch scrolling through Twitter, scrolling through Instagram, or even scrolling and spending hours on YouTube, Pinterest included. There are so many things out there and so many ideas, it's hard to keep up. But if we start building our personal learning or our professional learning network now, it will continue to grow and keep us on that cutting edge. So that's where the digital game board is going to come into play on our site. I look forward to having a great classroom experience with you, and always feel free to reach out with any questions or concerns you may have.